This is the coldest shoulder by the 126ers, courtesy of YouTube Music. I hope you all can hear me all right. I've been having some audio issues. I've been trying to test it out for the last 10, 15 minutes here. I've been trying to fix it because I've been trying to fix my audio issues. Period. I've had some really weird, glitches with audio the past couple of weeks, which is weird. I've never usually had that. I know last week the audio was pretty bad. So I think I fixed it. Let me know in chat if you can hear me and if it sounds all right. Because I'm hoping it is. Because I'm hoping I figured out what the problem was. Anyway, that was the coldest shoulder, courtesy of the 126ers, courtesy of YouTube Music. We used that same one last week. I was going to try to find a new intro music this week, but I was busy trying to fix my audio problem, so I didn't have time to fix that. So hopefully next we might not have a stream next week. Well, maybe we will, maybe we won't. Anyway, good morning everyone. Happy Friday, December 22nd. It's almost the end of the year, you guys. Almost Christmas time. All right, it is currently 27 degrees here in the greater Portland area. Feels like 22. A nice crisp winter air. Kind of nice after the 50s. It was in the 50s for most of the week. So kind of nice to have it start to cool down again. Looks like there's no possibility of a white Christmas, though. Not at all. Not thanks to that big storm that we had. All right, what are we going to talk about today? I know you guys are probably thinking I'm going to talk about the Indigo Disc, but I'm not, because I really actually haven't played it at all. I haven't played much of it. I think I played like an hour, maybe not even that before my Switch died, and I didn't have any power to charge it, and I've just been so busy that I haven't had time to play it. I'll probably end up just speed throughing it, which is not what I wanted to do. I did not want to speed through it because I wanted to take my time and sort of enjoy it, but I think I'm just going to speed through it because I want to get it done before the epilogue comes out in January. So I'll probably just speed through. I just really don't have the time. In the summer I had so much time. I had the time, between work shifts. I had the time to really give the Teal Mask everything I had, but now I just don't have that kind of time. I don't have that luxury. So I'll probably speed through it. So I'm not going to talk about the Indigo Disc. I do know, just as a heads up, maybe for some people that haven't started it yet, there's certain special dialogue that you can encounter if you do certain things. And granted, I haven't gotten that far in the story, so I don't know all of it, but I do know that if you, the Hiswanian Growlithe that you're given, if you evolve it into a Hiswanian Arcanine, I don't even remember what her name is. Is it Pierin? Pierin? I don't know what her name is. Whatever her name is, the one that gives you the Hiswanian Growlithe, the picture taker, she'll mention something to you if you bring a Hiswanian Arcanine. She has like special dialogue. I think you have to have it first in the front of your party. I know I did. That's about as far as I got. I know if you bring Ogerpon to your battle with Kieran, he'll say something too. I haven't even seen Kieran yet. Like, I am minimal. Like, I'm not that far. Like, I am at the point where Carmine calls you and says, "Meet me in the middle." It's like the very first, as soon as you get there. Like, I'm just doing that. So I haven't witnessed a lot of stuff yet. These are just the things that I have encountered. But I do know there's special dialogue. So just keep your mind, keep that open for you guys if you want to be able to encounter those special dialogues. Also, if you didn't know, I've done a lot of the Academy Ace tournament leading up to the release of the Indigo Disc because I was all out of money, as Squidward would say. No, I was literally all out of money because Astro, you already started? You haven't finished the game yet. They let you start the Indigo Disc? Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. As I was saying, I was a lot of money, so I entered the Academy Ace tournament. And I did it a lot, like a lot, to try to win my money back because you can't read challenge the Elite Four in Scarlet and Violet, which kind of drives me crazy. But you have to do the Academy Ace tournament, and there's sort of like mini quests around it where if you go into Uva Academy or whatever the academy is, you can see on the map inside like where the different NPCs are, and you can go and talk to them, and they sort of have like mini quests, and they explore the school. And I was talking with Nimona, and Nimona sort of like goes around to the different areas in the school, and you see her trying to battle people, and no one wants to battle her. And then at the end, she invites you to her bedroom, and that really threw me off guard. I was like, Pokemon, what? And then she like asks you go to her bedroom and you hang out with Nimona in her bedroom, and then she asks you to come and hang out in her bedroom a lot more, and it was just like, what? It threw me for like a loop. I think I took a screenshot of it on my Switch. I don't have those screenshots right now. I might try to get those and put them up on the stream. Hold on. But it really it threw me for a loop. I was like, Nimona, what the actual heck? I was not expecting this from Pokemon. Anyway, since we're equal now, I got to start having you over in my room as we hang out in your room. It's like it's wild. Hold on. Let me see if I can it really just sort of threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting that. Um, Feel free to burst on into the Zona Nimona whenever you want. Like I was like, holy crap. Hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I can send these to it's gonna take way too long to do that. But like she tells you to come in and to a room whenever you want, and then she tells you to burst into the Zona Nimona whenever you feel like it. Nimona, what are you talking about? Sounds kind of suggestive to me, Nimona. Um, burst. It's one letter away from being bust. Like Nimona, come on, please. This is a family game, but but clearly Nimona has other ideas about what she wants you to do with her in her room in Uva Academy. Oh man, it was like back in X and Y. I remember. Yeah, I mentioned the epilogue a little bit earlier. Prestigious PG. But anyway, back in X and Y, there's I think you're at like the Battle Chateau or what I can remember what it was called, but the big mansion in X and Y, and you're there with Shauna. I think that's her name, right? Shauna, and like the camera sort of she gets really close to you, and the cameras I don't know if it like zoomed out or zoomed in or something. I can't remember what it was, and it's just a speech bubble that goes like, I've never watched fireworks with a boy before, and then like she gets closer to you. It's like, dang, that's pretty crazy. It's not as bad as the infamous black and white line, um, with the swimmer, and she goes, I'm wearing a bikini. Where do I keep my Pokeballs? It's a girl's secret. Like that was a big one. That was like, holy crap. Anyway, moving away from that because I didn't start this stream in the mind of talking about Pokemon at all. Just sort of exploded into that. So we're gonna move away from that now, um, and we're gonna get into oh my gosh, what was I gonna talk about? Now I'm focused so much on scandalous Pokemon. Okay, no, all right, so we're gonna talk about Spider Queen holiday special that never happened. Um, that never happened. I know you're thinking, what? Yeah, so I told you back in November that there was absolutely no possible way that we were going to do a Spider Queen holiday special this year. I said it was just not going to happen. And then I changed my mind. And then one day, it just sort of hit me, and it was a brilliant idea. And I was like, this is a brilliant idea. We have to do it. So I talked to the cast and crew, and I sent them like an essay paragraph about why we should do this and how awesome it would be. And we didn't have a lot of time. Granted, if we were going to do it, I had to write the script in a day, and we had to record it in one day and maybe 2 days. We had like a day, maybe two, to do the recording. We didn't have a lot of time to do it. And it was really ambitious. Like, I think it was going to be the best one yet, but it was really, really ambitious. Like, it was much greater than I think I could have accomplished in the short period of time. that I could have done. Anyway, it didn't end up happening. Surprise, surprise, because I got COVID right when we were supposed to start. So that sort of like shut down production pretty quick because I had COVID and we couldn't do it. Then I thought about, well, maybe we'll do like a trailer, because we're thinking about doing it next year. We'll release a trailer this Christmas and to get people hyped for next Christmas. And then we had that horrible storm with all of the tragic flooding here in Maine. For those of you that don't know, we had like a really wicked bad storm earlier in the week, and a lot of areas of like central Maine, northern Maine just flooded completely out. Like it's really bad. Like I know a lot of people that have been removed from their homes, and it's really sad, especially this close to Christmas. They can't be in their homes, and their neighborhoods and towns have just been completely washed away in the flooding. Like it's if you look up Maine flooding, it's really bad. It's really bad. Like I know up I have some family up north of me, and the roads were just completely washed away. Like they just left 6 foot deep ditches. Like it's really bad. But everyone's safe, at least. Well, I can't say that. I can't say everyone's safe. Everyone that I know is safe. I don't know, around Maine. It's but anyway, because of that, we didn't do any of the filming because all of the filming locations. So basically, this new holiday special was going to be a mix between live action and animation, and all the film locations were flooded and washed away. So we weren't able to do that either. So it's kind of a bummer because it was going to be a lot of fun. But I will explain to you what it was. But to understand what it was going to be, you have to understand where it came from, and that was the previous two Spider-Queen Christmas special. So the first one we did was a UWTFC Christmas, a Universal Warriors, the Final Chapters Christmas. And I think that came out actually before we even really started production on Spider-Queen, the series. Maybe one episode was out. Maybe we did one episode. And what was it? What was I thinking? Oh, right. And basically the story of UWTFC Christmas was Santa or Spider Santa, whatever it was, shows Mike and Junior the past, present, and future, and shows him the true meaning of Christmas. Sort of a spoof on the Christmas Carol. And at the very end of the video, it ends with, it cuts to Miken and Bokashi, and Miken goes, and that's the story of the night before Christmas. And you find out that the entire video, the entire special was just Miken's telling of the night before Christmas. And Bokashi is belligerent because that's not the story of the night before Christmas at all. And Bokashi is really mad, and that sort of ends the video. Then the next year, or it might not have been the next year, it might have been 2 years later, whenever we did Mike and the Icy and Spider, which was the sequel to a UWTFC Christmas, it was a spoof on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, except it was Mike and the Icy and Spider, and with his ice powers, he had to make it snow so that Spider Santa could fly. And at the end of that one, it cuts to Miken and Bokashi, and Miken goes, and that's the real story of the night before Christmas. And obviously it's not, and Bokashi gets mad at that too. So it's sort of, that it was an ongoing joke of the two specials were Miken's telling of the night before Christmas, and then they were both wrong, and both of the times Bokashi gets really mad. And that was sort of the joke, right? And it had continued to both videos, both specials. And I was like, you know what? If we make another one, it has to follow that. It has to also have that ongoing joke, because that's the rule of comedy. So, but I thought maybe we need to change it up this time. Maybe this time it's not Miken telling the story. Maybe this time it's Bokashi. Bokashi is so fed up with Miken getting the story wrong that this time Bokashi is going to tell the story. But the catch is Bokashi's story is also going to be wrong, and that's where it's going to be funny. I don't mind telling you that because this is pretty obvious that that's going to be the joke. But I always knew that's what I wanted to do, but it was figuring out what we were going to do, what the story was going to be. And the last two were spoofs, or parodies. So I wanted to make sure that this one was a parody too. And I think it was really fun. It's really fun. And I'll read you parts of the script, but not too much, because that'll give away what our plans are. But anyway, it's Man, I'm just tired this morning. It's a fun special. It's a spoof off of one of my favorite Christmas movies, um, which is it's a parody of Ranking Bass's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Um, Now Ranking Bass, that there who made the Rudolph movie too, and the what was it, the Ice Miser, Heat Miser, Fire Miser, I don't know what it's called. Um, I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Yeah, whatever. Heat Miser and Frost Miser. That's what it is. So Ranking Bass, they made all those sort of like the claymations. The claymations. Um, they made all the claymation videos, all the claymation movies, and one of my favorite ones that they did is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I don't know if you ever saw that. We had it. We have it on VHS. I have it somewhere in the room with me, but we have it on VHS, and I remember we used to watch it as a kid on VHS. Um, VHS was awesome. Anyway, but let me stream here if I can get it to work. What if I do? If I do that, will it show me exactly what I want? No, that does not show me what I want it to show me. I think I have to. Hold on. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Ah, I see. I have to put in the URL. I'm learning new things about this software every single day. All right, that should have done it, right? It did. But it's weird. It's only showing you part of the screen. And it doesn't move with me. All right, hold up. This version of Google Chrome no longer selects it. Okay, hold on. All right, we're going to do this. I was trying to do this like the cool way, the official way, but we're not going to do it that way. I'm just going to do a browser. I'm just going to do a display capture, I guess. All right. Now you're going to see a bunch of random things until okay. Now you should be able to see my screen. Now you should be able to see my screen. I'm going to look on my own just to make sure it's working. So anyway, the name of it is going to be Spider Santa is Coming to Town. Now, I don't want you to see the script, so I'm going to do a little like fancy, funky thing here. Let me turn this off. I'm trying to get it to work for you guys. But anyway, so the name of it is Spider Santa is Coming to Town. And as I said, it's a parody of Ranking Bass's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And Santa Claus is Coming to Town came out, I think, in like 1960 something. 1970, okay. That was a little off, but 1960, 1970. 1960 something, 1970. Great claymation. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. So anyway, I was really hoping that it would be in the public domain by now. And what that means is that it's not copyrightable and that anyone can use it for anything. Sort of like how Winnie the Pooh is now in the public domain. That's why they were able to do that Winnie the Pooh horror movie, because it's in the public domain. One of the reasons why Disney is making or what I've heard, one of the reasons why Disney is making all of those live action remakes of their old animations is because those trademarks are coming up, and by redoing it, by making new movies, they can redo the trademarks. That's a rumor that I heard. I do not know how accurate that is, so don't quote me on that. But anyway, I was really hoping that because of how old the movie was, that it would be it'd be in the public domain. Unfortunately, it's not in the public domain. Fortunately, it's not in the public domain. I think Universal owns it still. Because I was really hoping I was just gonna take the actual I was just gonna take the actual video and dub over it and then add in our characters in it. But alas, it's not. It's not in the public domain yet, and I don't even want to. I know some people do it. Some people like do parodies and take content that's already out and they do their own stuff with it. I know people do that, and I know that there's loopholes to get away with it. I'm just like I'm a really big supporter of credit where credit is due and stuff like that. That's why I won't do it. But anyway, I'm gonna read you parts of the script here of Spider Santa is Coming to Town. So obviously it is a spoof of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and at the beginning of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, there's like this postman, and he's driving to the North Pole to give Santa a bag of letters. So all of those scenes with the postman were gonna be live action shots, and it was gonna be me dressed up as a postman with like a bag of letters out in the snowy mountains somewhere, and and I was going to give the whole monologue, children all over Spideria are preparing for the worldwide phenomenon. And then I was going to stop and, I spelled that wrong. And tell the people the story of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So intros starts with Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the song, and then it goes into the kingdom of Spideria long ago, before it was the actual kingdom. I'm just paraphrasing this all. Before it actually became the kingdom, and there was a small village surrounded by mountains called Somberville. And the name of the town in Santa Claus is Coming to Town is Somber Town, so I did Somberville. Get it? Play on words. Anyway, Somberville. A village surrounded by mountains, and the only way to the village was to cross through the Mountain of the Whispering Spiders, because the mountain in the movie is the Mountain of the Whispering Winds. It's a dark and gloomy place where only one person was happy: the cruel and nasty king, the Spider Meister Doc, instead of the Burgermeister Burger. And it's sort of it's the story of Santa Claus, right? How he became Santa Claus, and except in this story, it's Bokashi, and Spider Doc throws Bokashi out into the mountains of the Whispering Spider, and then he gets carried. Then the baby Bokashi gets carried away by the forest animals, so that he wouldn't get abducted by the Spider Warlock, and was brought way over to the majestic frozen meadow that was at the foot of the mountain, where the Springles live. It's so stupid. Like I had such a hard time writing it because I kept laughing because of how dumb it was. And then it goes into the second scene where it has all of the little like elves. Bingle, Dingle, Fingle, and Zingle. Look, Dingle, it's a baby. Yes, Bingle. What do you think, Fingle? Cute baby. What do you say, Zingle? I got a rock. Oh, sorry, wrong story. Cute indeed. We should bring him to father. It's so dumb. So Bingle, Dingle, Fingle, and Zingle go to find their father, and you'll never guess what their father's name is. Orzik. And then they decide they're gonna raise the baby Bokashi to be a Springle, but he didn't like his name, so they named him Springle. Springle, and they teach him all the important things that he needs to know, like how to be a good young man, and how to make toys and drink Coca-Cola, because the Springles were toy makers, you see. And then eventually, Bokashi, now Springle, grew up to be a big, strong man. But unfortunately, the Springles made a bunch of toys but couldn't give them to anyone because they couldn't cross the Mountain of the Whispering Spider because they were afraid of the Spider Warlock. But now Springle is big and strong and isn't afraid of no Warlock. So he decides he's going to bring the toys to the children of Somberville across the Mountain of the Whispering Spider. And then Orzik gets all excited. Papa Orzik gets all excited because now they can be toy makers again, like they once were. And this is when the first musical number starts. Yeah, that's right. We have musical numbers in this. I don't know. Do I even dare to sing right now? Maybe. Okay. So Orzik starts his I don't even know at the end of the day if I could get away with this because it might be too much. It might be too close to the actual property. It might be too much, but it was funny because we have these musical numbers in here. Anyway, so the first number is Orzik. A long time ago, we used to be toy makers for the King of Somberville. Dun dun dun. It's a difficult responsibility when you accept an appointment from His Majesty. We had to craft toys for his authority. When you are royal toy makers to the king, the Spiderians of Somberville, they must have good toys. The King of Somberville must appease his boys. The little girls must dance with joy when they open their royal toys. It's a difficult responsibility when you accept an appointment from His Majesty. We had to craft toys for his authority. When you are royal toy makers to the king. Do do do. Royal toy makers to the king. It would have been a big musical number. It would have been funny and multiple people singing. But I don't know if I could get away with that. That might be too close. Although we changed the words. Forgive me. It's not written down to the actual score of the music, so it's just written down as lyrics. It's trying to remember how it's supposed to be sung. And then Bokashi goes off into over the mountain of the whispering spiders, where he meets a penguin, a nice penguin friend who's lost on their way to the other side of the mountain of the whispering spiders. And can you guess who Bokashi's new penguin friend is going to be? That's right, Spider Queen, the penguin. Zenthia, the penguin. And together, Bokashi says he will help, or Springle says he will help Zenthia, the penguin, cross the mountain of the whispering spiders to get back to her home. When all of a sudden, boom, they're attacked by the Spider Warlock. And they run off. And the Spider Warlock lets them escape, saying that he'll be back on his way back from Somberville, and he'll get him then. So Springle and Zenthia, the penguin, run as fast as they can to the other side of the mountain, where they arrive at Somberville. And Spris notes that it's a very depressing town, and hopefully his toys will cheer him up. And this is when you're introduced to a brand new character who's actually introduced in part 2 in episode 9 of Spider Queen. So in the next episode, in part 2, maybe episode 10, maybe episode 11. Introduced in the second part of Spider Queen, Genevieve Bramblewood comes in as the school teacher of the children of Somberville. And you meet her, and you meet her student, Mikan, who's very annoying. And Mikan comments in class that the Meister Doc hates him and always is very mean to him. And yet they're forced to write fan mail to him every single day to appease his ego. And Spris comes in and talks about giving toys to the children. And he gives a bunch of toys to all of the children in Genevieve Bramblewood's class, in Lady Bramblewood's class. And then she comments how nice it is that he would do this, and he crosses the mountain of the whispering spiders to go back to his house, where Zenthia decides to stay with her. No, Zenthia goes home. I lied. Zenthia goes back to her penguins. And as he crosses the mountain of the whispering spider, he runs into the Spider Warlock, who attacks him and freezes him to the ground. But before that, the Spider Warlock can get to him, Zenthia returns and saves him, and they run back to Springle's home. And everyone is happy, except for the children of Somberville and the Spider Meister Doc, who's very angry because Mikan was outside playing with his toy sword and accidentally hit him in the knee. And Spider Meister Doc is very angry that there are toys in his town How dare there be toys in his town? How dare the children of Somberville have joy? Unacceptable. So now let me put on my best Spider Doc hat here. Spider Doc and his trusty guard Barnaby, which is another character that's introduced later on in the story. But anyway, Spider Doc also has a musical number. I'm not gonna sing it as I'm gonna sing it as the Meister Burger. But anyway, Spider Doc goes, "Gather up all the toys and burn them." "Yes, sir. But first, I hate Miken, and I hate toys. Either they are leaving or I am leaving, and I am not leaving, Barnaby. Now write this down. Doot, doot, doot. It's a difficult responsibility that you accept from the number one dictator, me. Have it known that it will be because of me. There'll be no more toy makers to the king. Every toy sword, break 'em, until my wounded knee is healed. Stuffed plushes, unplush 'em. When Miken objects, arrest him. No more Miken to chatty chat, no toys to bring him joy. Don't let me see him ever enjoy, or you will feel my wrath. It's a difficult responsibility that you accept from the number one dictator, me. Have it known that it will be because of me. There'll be no more toy makers to the king." And then it switches to Barnaby. "It's a difficult responsibility that I uphold as the number one guard, Barnaby. Let it known that it will be because of me. Toys are now considered contraband, illegal, and disgusting. Anyone caught with a toy will be thrown into the dungeon. There'll be no more toy makers to the king." And that it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And then that's Spider Doc and Barnaby's musical number there, which I actually really enjoyed writing that one. I wrote more in that one than in Toy Makers to the King. And then Lady Bramblewood wrote to Spriss that the children of Somberville, their toys were all taken away, and it was illegal. So Spriss says, "Oh dear, I better bring more toys to the children of Somberville. The poor children don't get to have toys." And so he decides to cross. So Springle decides to cross the mountain of the Whispering Spiders once again, where this time he runs into the Winter Warlock. This not the Winter Warlock. That's what it is in the actual movie. The Spider Warlock, who is Spider Hermit, and Spider Warlock once again. And Spider Warlock's angry that he dares return to his mountain and that he got away the first time. And Springle or Bokashi just says, "You know what? I think that what you need a toy for yourself. Maybe if you have a toy, you'll cheer up." And gave him a toy bus, and gave him like a little toy bus. In the movie, it gives him a toy train. But the reason it's a toy bus, well, you'll find out in part 2. Spider Hermit owns a bus. Anyway, gives him a toy bus. And they say the Spider Warlock's heart grew 3 sizes that day. Like, it's so stupid. It's so bad. Like, this whole thing is so bad. But the whole reason I even made this whole thing was because I wanted to sing this next musical number with August. The whole reason we did this is because I wanted to do this musical number with August, because I knew it would have been so much fun. And then, the Spider Warlock is so happy and like, "Oh my gosh, I feel the evil in me melting away. Now I'm a good guy." But how do you become a good guy? Being good is hard. And then Bokashi goes, "Ha ha ha! Difficult to change from bad to good. It's not hard. You just need to walk into the light." And then Spider Warlock goes, "Walk?" And Bokashi goes, "Yes. You see, all you need to do is dun 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 dun. Put one foot in front of the other, do 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 do, and soon you are walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, do 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 do, and soon you are walking out the door. You never will become a good guy if you never get out and try. Come on, there's a good guy wind blowing. A good guy always walks upon his feet. Da-da-dun-dun-dun. Then Bokashi and Cynthia put one foot in front of the other. Do-do-do-do-do. And soon you are walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other. Do-do-do-do-do. And soon you are walking out the door. It's never too late to join the good side, as long as you give it a try. Don't be afraid, it's so easy. The best way to start is to smile. Put one foot in front of the other. And soon you are walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other. And soon you are walking out the door. And then Spider Hermit comes in. If I want to change my direction, the one I follow each morn, you mean all I have to do is smile? To have a chance to be reborn is good. Then they both sing and it slows down. You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking across the floor. You put one foot in front of the other, and soon you are walking out the door. Put one foot in front of the other. And soon you are walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other. And soon you are walking out the door. It would sound much better than that. I'm singing it as if I was Bokashi, and obviously Bokashi doesn't have a good... Bokashi sounds like that, so obviously, his singing voice isn't going to be that great. So I probably would just sing normally and not in Bokashi's voice and just say that Bokashi has a beautiful singing voice. The whole reason that we did this is because I wanted to sing this song with August. I thought it would be really funny. It's my favorite number of the whole movie. Anyway, that's all I'm really going to tell you about it. I'm not going to spoil any more of Spider Santa's Coming to Town because we might end up doing it next year. So I don't want to spoil too much of it. Although I did sort of read you all of the best parts. But the idea is that it's silly, it's goofy, it's dumb, it's stupid. That's sort of the idea of the whole thing. Anyway, it's 10:38. I have a lot to do. I got a lot to do. I'm really far behind with all of the storm and whatnot, what happened. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my Spider Santa's Coming to Town. And, thanks, guys. Thank you for all your comments and chat. Sorry, I was reading, so I see you guys were texting a lot in chat, a lot, and I have not seen any of it, and I'm sorry. I was reading. But next week we might do a stream. I'm still debating. Maybe we'll just take a holiday break. I'm not sure yet. But it's that time, you guys. It's Christmas time. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Happy holidays to those that don't. Happy winter solstice to those that celebrate winter solstice. Yeah, and have a happy new year if we don't end up streaming next week. I hope you all stay safe during the holiday season and have a good holiday season. I mean, at the end of the day, just enjoy yourselves, enjoy your family, and all of that stuff. But if you have free time, there's still the Left 4 Dead Crash Course video that hasn't gotten a lot of views over on Iceberg City Gaming. I might not continue the Left 4 Dead series because it's just not really getting any attention, so I don't know if people are interested in it. So there's the Crash Course video. Check that out if you want. And there's also check out Mike and the Icy and Spider or EWTFC Christmas if you want some Spider Queen Christmas goodies. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas holiday season. And we will see you. I will see you. Well, not see you. I will speak to you the next time on the next stream. So take care, everybody. And stay warm.